Hi everyone, it's Jules, and today I'm going to be doing a Gluebook session with this leaf image that was my inspiration for this inspiration packet, thinking of fall and all the pretty colors that we're seeing. So I kind of based it around that image and picked other images to go with it. So I'm working in my OHUHU marker book that I absolutely love, and I'm going to glue down these perforated little remnants from pages I cut out so that the book isn't so chunky when I'm done with it. So I ended up doing, I said it in my last video, but in case you didn't see that, I did end up eventually removing about 2/3 of the pages, I think. So, and I did it on those perforations, so I do have to glue those down. So I'm starting with these images. I think these are from National Geographic, just kind of some nature foresty scenes. Yeah, the colors here in Minnesota are just stunning. I think they're going to start to not be as stunning maybe next week. It is colder here now. So I think we're done with temps in the 70s for this year. Is that image upside down? I don't know. Sometimes when I'm looking at this and doing a voiceover, I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. You kind of get a wider perspective at this angle. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing okay and well and, loving the fall. I don't know if you have change of seasons where you live, but I love fall. So here she is a really big image, and normally I would save her for my big, crunchy Serendipity glue book, but I just loved her so much how she went with the leaf and the fall look, so I ended up cutting off her bottom half so that she would fit on that page better. I was really trying on this layout not to cover up images so much. Even my mom said, hi mom, she watches my videos. She said, I don't understand why you put a photo or an image on top of another image or cover up an image. Like, I don't. So I was really trying not to, taking my mom's advice. So here, I really like how those colors go with this whole layout. So I'm going to separate them. I wasn't completely happy with separating them because I kind of chopped off the heads of the bottles there. So the top of the bottle, not the heads. But it's too late after you cut it. So I have a question for you guys. So I live in Minnesota, and something that people say here, I'm wondering how you say it. So there's a children's game where you're all in a circle, and then you tap each other's heads, and you say, where I'm from, originally Iowa, we said duck, duck, goose. And here in Minnesota, they say duck, duck, gray duck. It's the only place I've ever known that says it that way. And I was so confused when I first heard it. I'm like, what are you saying? What do you say? Do you say duck, duck, goose, or do you say duck, duck, gray duck? And I know actually a couple of you live in Minnesota, so you probably say gray duck. But it was in a book I was reading, and it said duck, duck, goose. So I had to send it to my husband because he's originally from Minnesota. I'm like, see, it's duck, duck, goose. It's not duck, duck, gray duck. So in that image right there with the labels, I wanted to save some of it so I wasn't wasting and covering up part of it. So I did cut off part of that image there. Yeah, this glue book isn't laying completely flat anymore now that I've chunked it up some. But I would say I have maybe 20 layouts to go left in it. I took out a lot of pages. And this DiSerrano image, I was trying to figure out where to put it on the page. Do I want it on the top right or on the bottom left? Because I didn't really want to cover up the glass with the DiSerrano in it. So that's what I end up doing right there. So I meal prepped for my parents and took it over there yesterday. So what I'll do is just go to Costco and the grocery store and then make some meals, like 3 different meals, kind of prep them ahead of time so they can just put it in the crock pot, and I just make the duplicate for us. So that's been really easy for us as well. I really enjoy doing that. It does take a lot of time. So if I was working, which I hope to be working again soon, I don't know that I'll have the time to do that. And that one I was trying to figure out what part do I want to cover up and all of that. So on the right there, let me see what it says. It's sitting right by me here. It's not enough to lose your signal. The goal is to vanish altogether. So the whole thing was an advertisement for canoeing rentals, I think. North Star Canoes. So, which is fitting here in Minnesota. We have the Boundary Waters up north, which a lot of people go canoeing in. It's a very popular place that people come from all over to go to. But sometimes that sounds pretty nice to just not have a cell signal and not be on your phone, which is what this whole Gluebooking thing too is kind of my escape from what's actually happening in the world. I am listening to still the audiobook for A Fairy Tale by Stephen King, and I have like 6 hours left in the audiobook. So I'm looking for one other quote, and I did have, how I got to that so quickly is I did have in mind, I remembered I had these ones that are kind of those earth tones, fall colors, so always be grateful. I thought that went fairly well, and here I'm definitely not going to be cutting this straight. So yeah, I thought this page came together nicely. I like the fall colors, love the fall colors, and it came together really quickly for me. And I tried not to cover stuff up. So, all right, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your day.